Good morning, dear hearts. Voice, I think, is almost normal, whatever that is. Please subscribe. Today's lesson is 43. We are continuing with the idea of God being the source and the strength of who and what we are. So today's lesson says, God is my source. I cannot see apart from him. But let's think about, what is that word source? It seems clear, and I believe it is, but just look into it further. What is the source? The source of anything is from where it emanates, where it begins. So God is where I begin. And because God is where I begin, where I emanate from, remember we are that thought within his mind, I cannot see apart from him. There is no possibility for me to be able to be away from my source, my celestial parent, and to be able to see, to be able to have vision, to be able to recognize and know what anything is for. Without God as my source, I am simply in the dark. I do not know. That is really a real good beginning place for us to realize that, and I have said it often, I said it in last year's lessons, I'll say it again, and many times to come, I'm sure, that all that I know is that I do not know. And that is really very powerful, to say that I don't know, to say I cannot see apart from my source. If I am not connected and at oneness with my source, then I am just free floating and not really and truly aware of anything. I am living in a world of perception, and that is always going to be a world that makes no sense. The first paragraph of this lesson is incredibly powerful and really explains so much for us. It says, perception is not an attribute of God. His is the realm of knowledge. God is of knowledge. Perception is not really knowing. Yet he has created the Holy Spirit as the mediator between perception and knowledge. The Holy Spirit is the link that will take us from the world of perception and can transform perception to knowledge for us. Another way of thinking of knowledge is true perception. Another part of true perception is forgiveness or salvation. It is the revelation of knowing. Perception must become healed in order for us to have vision, not seeing with the body's eyes, but to have vision, to have the ability to truly see with God. Now, the practicing for today is in a two-part, and because there's a beginning part of like going around the room and looking, closing your eyes and going around the room. God is my source. I cannot see this desk apart from him. I cannot see that picture apart from him. But then to go deeper into an eyes closed part of the practicing and to see what thoughts will come up for you. And it's very beautiful, and it says, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. I see the world as blessed. And these are ways that would be having vision of what is around me, and this would be not in seeing through my ego body eyes. In the lesson, it has, as always, wonderful lines. One of them is, healed perception becomes the means by which the Son of God forgives his brother and thus forgives himself. Those two things really happen simultaneously. I cannot forgive myself and not forgive you. And if I forgive you, it's only because I have forgiven myself. To truly see with the eyes of God, with vision, with knowingness, seeing with my heart, not with what these little things are in my head, that is to be able to connect with you and to not see any of the body parts or the grievances or the judgments that I have heaped upon you. I did not record this lesson last year, but the year before, and many have already watched it today. But I used the metaphor of the movie, as you know, I like to do those things, of Avatar, because there is that scene in Avatar when the two characters look at each other and they say, I see you. I see you. It's not that I see the outside of you, but I see into your heart. I see into the truth of who you are. This is where we go today with God as our source and knowing that I cannot see apart from him. When I see as God sees, I see you. I see your heart. I see that your heart and mine are one. I see that your mind and my mind are one. I see that there is no difference. And that brings me to the final point for this lesson, because in the practice periods, to do, during the course of the day as often as possible, and to say that God is my source, I cannot see apart from him. But then it has this wonderful line that says, this form is equally applicable to strangers as it is to those you think are closer to you. We are coming into remembering our function and realizing that there is no one who is farther away from me, who is distant from me. We indeed are all one, and everyone is close to us. That's it for today. I hope this helped. Sometimes these lessons go a little bit longer, but I hope you've listened to the end. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. Please be here tomorrow. Namaste.